Okay, so we're at the Focus Home Interactive booth here at Gamescom, and we're finding out about a game called Bound by Flame. Now, Spiders have been working a little bit in the dark, but you came out with Mars Warlogs a while back, and that was sort of your first sort of game of your own, so to speak, and now you got this Bound by Flame. Tell us about this game.
Well, Spiders is Spiders is focused on doing RPGs. We're specialized on doing RPGs, and Bound by Flame is our take on the heroic fantasy genre. We took everything we put into Mars and tried to make it better. We really had doing Mars was a blast. It's a project we're very, very proud of, and we wanted to do something better, bigger for Bound by Flame, and take all this experience we had into Mars and put it in Bound by Flame. We have this amazing universe, Bound by Flame, where with all kind of monsters, we can go wherever we want. We have everywhere our imagination can take us, and do everything we want. We have magic powers and magic enemies, and so this is about Bound by Flame. It's very making the Mars experience bigger and with more pleasure.
So what kind of an RPG is it? Is it heavy focus on action, or what would you liken it to?
Well, Bound by Flame is both heavily focused on action and story driven. Story is a very, very important part of our games at Spiders. We take a lot of time into dialogues, into writing every dialogue exchange between characters, the interaction between characters with your companions, and we have many fighting styles in the game. We have many weapons, many fighting styles. We have fire magic powers, but we have heavy attacks, tanking, fighting attacks, and light, high DPS attacks. The character can be both slow and strong, or quick and very high DPS. So it's both. The game is both. And when we talk about the story-driven, it's it's one main thing of the game. It's even we have many endings at the end of the game. We have many companions that you can choose through the game, and your relationship evolves with the companion. You can have romances with the companion. You can choose at the beginning of the game to be a man or a woman, and then have all your relationship with the other companions and your followers in the game. And really, it's the two main parts. You have all this demon vision of the game, where you can get possessed by the demon and let yourself go to the demon way, and that will change everything, your relationship, the ending of the game. It's a bit of a spoiler, but it's main feature of the game, so I like to talk about it.
So is it one of those good and evil things, or are you blurring the lines between good and evil, or what?
No, it's not good and evil. It's just two characters in the same body, and you can let go. You can decide to go one way or the other. Let go to one character or another, and it affects the gameplay. If you go to the demon way, you have more firepower, but you have less armor, less weapon power. But on the other hand, say human way, you get more. You are stronger armor, more armors, more equipment, and so it affects. But no, it's not so good and evil. You're already fighting a bigger evil, and both characters inside the body are going the same way, fighting evil.
So we've talked about the mechanics, and we've talked about the demons and the human. But what's the story here? Who is the main character, or who are you? Maybe it's just you.
Well, the main character is called Vulcan. It's a mercenary. It can be a man or a woman, you decide. It's a mercenary. The world has been taken over by a wizard, evil wizard that control cold, and they found a way to tap into Earth's power, Gaia's power, and they're sucking it dry. And so the world is dying slowly. It's corrupt. It's infested. It's dying slowly, and humanity is fading away. And there is an army. They're drunk with power. They want to keep this power for themselves. So this character, the mercenary, our Vulcan, our character, the mercenary, has been hired by a group of priests that might have found a way to fend off the wizards, to kill them. So we've been hired. We follow them to this temple where they're going to summon this demon that's supposed to fend off the wizard. Happens that the hero gets possessed by the demon. That's the way he gets his power and where he becomes stronger. We really try to put an emphasis at the beginning of the game, before the possession, on the player being weak and the fights being hard, and then it gets different with firepower and everything.
It's a little bit of a different way because usually it starts out killing rats and very slow. And
Here we go. We start with the same enemies, and then you become bigger You become bigger and stronger, and you just kill them easier. But after in the game, you have even bigger and worse enemies, stronger. We have all sorts of enemies. We have the light enemies, then the heavy enemies, the enemies that resist magic powers, the enemy that resist physical damages, so you have to use fire on them, and the enemies that mix both. We have poisonous enemies. We have a very diverse enemy range, and yeah, very diverse enemy range.
What's the scope of this game? Mars Warlog's perhaps a little bit more of a in terms of RPGs, bite-sized, but is this a grander scope or a longer adventure, or what's the aim?
Yes, whereas Mars Warlog was looking at 10-15 hours of gameplay, this one is looking at 20-25 hours gameplay. It's a retail game, it's not digital. We have everything bigger, more weapons, more fighting styles, more powers, more story, more quest, everything. It's a real digital retail game.
So, where are you at right now in development, and sort of what's left to do, and where are you?
Well, the game is to come out sometime in 2014. We still have lots of development ahead of us. A lot of tweaking, we want to have the perfect gameplay. In Mars Warlog, we managed to have a difficult gameplay, but so rewarding when you manage to do things. We want to have the same feeling, like a real difficult gameplay. We don't want to take the player by the hand. He needs to learn how to fight and how to play. So yeah, it requires a lot of tweaking, a lot of balancing, and we still have things to develop in the game. So no, it's sometime 2014. We still have lots of time ahead of us.
And what platforms are you aiming to come out on?
Well, the game is coming out on Xbox 360, PS3 and Steam, both digital and retail. The game is retail on both consoles and digital and retail on Steam.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much.